Hey guys, welcome to the Mr. Maple Show. I'm Matt. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share our videos if you enjoy gardening content. We're always adding new gardening content here, whether it be garden tours, maple info, how-to info, how to prune. Check out some of our videos on that, or cultivar highlights. So if you like that kind of thing, definitely stick around, subscribe. That gives us more encouragement to make more videos for sure. We love seeing that sub rate go up. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in today. Today we're going to be talking about Japanese maples dropping leaf early. Now, we're actually shooting this video in September of 2022. You can see I'm in a greenhouse with a lot of trees still in leaf, but it's not uncommon very soon for us to start dropping leaf a little early. Now, you may receive a Japanese maple, and shortly after receiving it, it may start to go dormant this time of year, especially in a small 1 gallon. So check out Tim's video on why is my Japanese maple drying out too quickly. That was a recent video Tim did, and I think it encapsulated a little bit of that. But it's not uncommon for Japanese maples to go dormant a little bit early, especially in containers. In fact, it's pretty common for Japanese maples in containers to drop leaf before a Japanese maple would in the ground. Now, fall color is based off those root temperatures typically. So trees in containers are typically the first to leaf out, but they're also the first to go dormant because those roots are going, hey guys, it's getting a little colder. It's just like we talk about where Japanese maples in containers typically go down one zone. They typically are a little cooler a little earlier. So you can expect a Japanese maple in a pot to drop leaf a little bit earlier than everything else. Now, that doesn't mean you need to break that dormancy. During this time of the year, especially from September through October and November, you want your tree to remain dormant the rest of the year. So there's no reason to rush to push it back out with fertilizers or activate the tree. We want to maintain that dormancy because it has healthy buds typically behind that. So if you're seeing bud formation after your tree drops leaf, that's next year's fresh foliage. So let's let that go for next spring and get ready to enjoy it. That's pretty typical for this time of the year for small plants, especially recently replanted that are drying out too quickly, or in containers, because containers can dry out pretty quickly as well, or cooler nights that are affecting the containerized maples faster. So expect a little bit of early dormancy, especially in 1 gallons or in container planters. It can be caused from root temperature, but it can also be caused from that dryness. Now, Tim got into a little bit of the dryness. That's a great video to check out for why Japanese maples dry out quickly. Now, also be under consideration that water can affect trees a little bit differently this time of the year. You can have 2 trees under the same watering system, and one dries out and goes dormant a little bit earlier. And that's not uncommon for small Japanese maples in 1 gallons either. So we don't want to create a false dormancy. Japanese maples actually need that dormancy period, so we want to let them stay completely shut down. If you're seeing healthy bud formation, that's perfectly normal. Now, if a tree's starting into fall color and we're shipping it to you, it's not uncommon for it to drop all its leaves in the box. Those leaves are already ready to go dormant, but even that small period of time in shipment, it's not uncommon for it to drop leaf completely. In fact, very soon we'll start adding a list that says, a note to orders that say, Japanese maples may go dormant early, especially in shipment. It doesn't mean your tree's stressed or damaged. It actually just means that smaller 1 gallon plant has went on into dormancy, likely from starting, but then, just being shipped, that's going to cause it to go ahead and drop. That doesn't damage a tree at all. Make sure to check for healthy buds. You'll see bud formation on your Japanese maples. That is a perfectly healthy, ready to grow plant. You can go ahead and plant them when they're dormant. I like to plant this time of the year because you're going to get your roots acclimated. We often talk about planting in the fall, and while fall planting is excellent, I love the September time frame where it's a little bit warmer. You actually get a little bit of root growth going on, and the trees get a little more set in. So it's an excellent time to be planting Japanese maples, but be considerate that also after planting, the ground's going to pull moisture out of the plant, so that also can cause an early dormancy. It doesn't mean the tree's damaged or it's going to have any issues. It actually just means it's shut down. It's going to put more energy into that root and be ready to go out next spring. So I wanted to hop on here and just talk to you guys about that and give you some confidence for especially your fall gardening Japanese maples that are coming up. Don't be surprised if Japanese maples when planted in fall drop leaf early, or if young Japanese maples drop leaf early. That's perfectly natural and normal, and especially when changing conditions in the fall season. It's something that is to be expected, honestly, a lot of times. So it doesn't mean your tree's necessarily having a problem or a fungus or something like that. Sometimes people will send it to us and they'll say, hey, my tree's starting to drop leaf, especially that late September, early October time frame. Do I need to treat this? Typically no. You can always send us photos and we're glad to help diagnose what's going on. But if it's a happy, healthy tree and you've got buds formed for next year, that's perfectly normal during that early fall to late fall season to have an early dormancy. I hope this helped you and gave you some confidence in gardening with Japanese maples. We greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Take care, God bless, and have a great day.